Peace, fam. Peace. I did this on the fly. Show yourself in the comment. I see you in the room. Say something. Don't just sit there looking at the screen. Brother Don. Peace, Mo. How you doing? Talk to me, brother. This was like done on the fly, so I really don't have anything to speak about, man. Really what I'm doing is I'm just checking on the people, man. Checking on y'all. So, man, holla at me, I haven't been on here in a minute. Been taking care of a whole bunch of business. That's good. That's good, bro. Good. Hopefully I can get a few more people in here. I did it at the last minute. I just want to talk to the people, man, see how y'all been and, where y'all going in y'all life, I'm going to check on y'all now, see how y'all doing, any assistance y'all need. And Brother Don, what part of the territory you in? What part of the land you in? What time zone? Just been striving to stay away from confusion more. Ohio territory. I feel you, brother. I most definitely feel you on that. Um, Really, that's what I wanted to do this video about. But before I did that, I wanted to just at least speak to the people, see how everybody's doing, man. Like, what part of Ohio territory? I did a lot of work up in that area. Dayton. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know about Dayton. Most definitely. Most definitely, man. Also, you know anything about Sandusky, Toledo? You know about those areas? Toledo, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Man, you got anything on your mind, man? Look like it's just me and you tonight, man. Like I said, it was a last minute thing. I said I wanted to come on here and talk. Um, just talk to the people about a few things, man. See how y'all doing, and also I want to just speak about what's currently going on within this movement. And let me ask you this. Um, what do you feel about the movement in its entirety right now? The Moorish movement. What do you feel about it personally? Be honest. Okay. I think that it is going in too many directions because of confusion. Yeah, I feel the same way, brother. Most definitely, I feel the same way. Um, I agree with it. I agree with you 100%. It's a lot of confusion. Um, I see we got somebody else in the room. Come in the chat. Come in the chat. I'm talking to y'all. Holler at me. You know, I'll be bringing the camera on in a few, but I just want a few more people to come in here. Yeah, talk to me. Get in the chat. I see somebody else in here. Don't just look at the screen. Come on, talk. I'm in here. I did this live at the last minute, so forgive me for that. But hey, we got to do it on the fly tonight. Like I told Brother Don, I just wanted to check on the people, man, see how y'all doing, where y'all at in y'all studies, how you feel about the movement, and so on. It's like we are too scattered in oneness of mind. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, man. It's if you think about it, Prophet Noble Drew Ali started the old Canaanite temple in 1913. And if you fast forward to now, so-called 2019, which is what, about 106 years or so, man, it's like it's totally stagnant right now, you know. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I do videos now for therapeutic reasons. All right. This is why I do my videos now. It's for therapeutic reasons. And that's real. Um I don't know, man. It's been pretty rough. Been pretty rough. Um that's why I do videos now for therapeutic reasons. I really don't do videos now to try to save anyone or anything. It's just for therapeutic reasons. Because to me, and I don't want to discourage anyone. I'm just I just got to be honest right now. I feel like it'll be a disservice if I don't speak to you all and let you know this, how I feel about this movement right now. All right. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it at all. You know, um, it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of confusion, brother. And I agree with you 100%. Um, Talk to me, I'm just, here. Check on y'all, man. See how everything's going. And like I said, again, I do videos right now just for therapeutic reasons. I don't think you can really actually save anyone. All right. I don't think you can save anyone. I think you can um, put information out into the universe, and eventually the right people will get it at the right time, but I don't really think you can save someone. All right. And I honestly feel that this movement really should be like more underground. All right. That's how I feel. I think that social media has really helped stagnate the movement even more. Because even when I first got in the movement about 10 years ago, it wasn't like this at all. It wasn't like this at all. So for those that try to act like it doesn't exist, hey, so be it. But I see it, and when I see certain things, eventually, if it bothers me, I speak about it. So at this point, like I said, I don't want to discourage anybody, but at this point, I do videos for therapeutic reasons only. All right. So what's up, man? Speak to me. Speak to me. Speak to me, bro. I see somebody else in here, but I guess they're afraid to get in the chat and talk to me. Talk to me. You here? Don't just sit there. Talk to me. I know you know how to type on your phone or your keyboard or whatever it is. Talk to me. I'm here live. I'm here live. Talk to me. So what's up, brother Don? Let me ask you this. What do you feel we should do as a nation? Temple Moors and Moors that's outside of the temple? Because it's a lot of confusion. This been going on for a minute now, so it's not new. All right. So what do you think we should do within this nation to make things better? I see Sister Veronica. I am new to the movement. I am finding out that you have to guide yourself, even if you do not exactly know what comes first after the correction of your name. I do get some knowledge from your video. And yeah, Sister Veronica, that's actually true. That's actually true. I tell people all the time. That's why you got the acronym in Islam, how we state it as I self law am master. Okay. And I really feel like that we should dig deep down into self to figure out what's going on. Michael Jackson even said it, the man in the mirror. All right. But sometimes looking in that mirror is a tough thing to do. All right. It's a tough thing to do sometimes. But it's a real thing to do. So, sister, I agree with you, 100% with that statement. It's a lot going on right now, and it's been going on for many years now. But I don't know what else there is I can do. To be honest, I really don't. And again, I don't want to discourage anybody. I've been within this movement 10 years. 10 years, 7 of those years was in the private sector, and the last 3 years in the public. All right. And I just see a lot of different shit that go on that I really don't like, but I can't control it. So I try not to worry about that. But it's constantly in your face sometimes. And sometimes you gotta take note of it. All right. Sometimes we gotta take note of it. And I can really see why so many brothers and sisters end up walking away from this movement and going back into the private sector. I can really see why now. All right, Brother Don, I think we should focus more on our economical condition because we are struggling badly from diversions. Okay, let me ask you this. And this is not to say I don't agree, because I do agree. But when you say economical condition, be a little more specific. Because a lot of us are totally like dumbfounded when it comes to economics. How would we do that? Like, give me an idea. How would we do that? You know, but I mean, I agree with it, but just give me a better idea. Yailan Bey. Europeans or Caucasians are using commercial contract law to control us. All right, all right. Let me read that again so I can let that marinate. Europeans, Caucasians are using commercial contract law to control us. That's a part of the equation, but we don't have to be controlled if we don't want to be controlled. You know, you got people with a slave mentality, quote unquote, and you have people that have minds that are free thinkers. I'm one of those people that fall in the free thinking category. All right. So that's a part of it, but we got to get off our ass and start pushing forward and stop, being a victim. But that is a part of it. I will agree with that. It is a part of it. All right. I do agree with that. But we can no longer be the victim. All right. That's my point. We can't be the victim always. I was just talking to a friend of mine today, and they were speaking about I guess how the how Europeans do certain things. And I asked them, I said, I was one of those people at one point that I kind of pointed the finger at the Europeans. But let me ask you this. When are we going to point the finger at ourselves? When are we going to do that? All right, Veronica, I feel we can connect by using each other's services in our communities, really spend and buy with one another. Yeah, we've been speaking about that for many, many years now. But the thing with that is now we got to develop the trust between one another. How do we develop the trust, Sister Veronica? Now I'm about to go to Brother Don. Like, take possession of our land, work our land by having our own things again, like when the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was on the scene. Where do we get the willpower from, Brother Don? I agree with you, but where do we get the willpower? Where do we get the motivation? Where do we get this from as a whole? What you're saying is true, but where do we get it from? Where do we get it from? Come on, I see somebody else in the room. I've been patient. Go ahead, get in the chat. Let's talk. Let's talk. Right now, what we're speaking about, not only the mind state, the condition that we are in this present, quote unquote, Moorish movement, but what do you think about the movement? Okay, Sister Veronica, we get together with the people we trust and our lawmakers. Okay, people we trust and our lawmakers. Okay, now, the people that you trust, are they fearless people? Now, every time y'all give me something, notice I'm coming back with something so you can give me another answer. So, Sister Veronica, and again, I'm not against anything you're saying. I just want to deeply analyze this. So, the people that you trust, are they fearless? Are they afraid? Because this movement takes a fearless man and a fearless woman to strive forward. That's what it takes. All right, Yalan Bey. We develop the trust by concentrating our energy on the lowest in our community, the people incarcerated and poor. We develop the trust by concentrating our energy on the lowest in our community, the people incarcerated and the poor. So basically, the hoods and the prisons. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, Brother Dunn. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said some of us are going to have to learn from the point of a sword. True. That's true. That's true. That's true. Hmm. It's very true. So, okay, let me ask y'all this. Feel free to speak in the chat now. I'm talking to you if y'all knew. Like Rex 84. Okay. Like Rex 84. Okay, we got more people in the chat, right? Go ahead and talk to me. We're building right now on this movement, this Moorish movement, where it is presently. Why is it the way it is? And so on. Like Rex 84, King Alfred plan. So I got a question. Do y'all feel that this is a movement? And if so, explain. Okay, Yalan Bey, yes, I think that I have stumbled upon a lawful private process that will decimate any corporate structure, rendering the courts and judges powerless. Yeah, I've heard that from many Moors and people in general. Produce it. Give us the formula. I am currently testing it. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you this. When you test it, take good notes, keep records. If you can audio record it, video, however, show us. And I'm not saying it won't work. We just need it on the record. That's my point. Because I know how things work. I know how it works. Come on, talk to me. Do y'all think it's a movement? Or do you not think it's a movement? Movement means to move forward. Peace and love, Noble. So do y'all think it's a movement? Let's be real. Let's not sugarcoat anything. And you don't have to agree with me. That's why I'm talking to you about to see what's your honest opinion. Do you think the Moorish Divine National Movement is a movement? Think about now, before you answer, think about 1913. All right, let's go back to 1913, Old Canaanite Temple, Newark, New Jersey. We're going to fast forward all the way to 2019. Think about that huge gap, the timeline. Okay? What's the question, brother? Not in totality. Okay, explain. Not in totality. Explain. I get what you're saying, but just, be more specific. I'm only asking y'all this to get your gears moving. I think Moors are moving, but okay, I'm still waiting. A movement is collective. Okay, yeah, cool. That's my point. You're right. A movement is collective. Now, I see that the argument is this. Everybody want to be on one accord. Now, how do you get on one accord? It has to be some type of structure. It has to be a likeness of the minds. And that's not there. If you think about the NOI. The NOI is very structured. Very, very structured with this organization. Very structured. You know, it's almost like it's military. Then let's look at the Moorish Divine and National Movement. Let's look at the structure. Okay? It's sort of like a household. All right, you have this is my example. It's sort of like a household. You have a father, you have a mother, you have two children, right? And the father and mother are living in harmony with one another. So therefore, the children are going to be in harmony with the mother and father. So that's somewhat structured, okay? Now, let's subtract the father from the picture, all right? So now the structure is broken, all right? The structure is broken. So how do we get the structure? How do we get our minds to think on the same path? How do we do this? All right, Sister Veronica, it is a movement. However, we need to get the structure in place like the Supreme Consular Court and build from there with mass financial income producing services. I got a question for you, Sister Veronica. That sparked the question. All right. Do you agree or do you disagree? I got a question for you. Hypothetically speaking, say for instance, all Moors were on the same wavelength with the 5 principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Everything that you guys are naming, it'll automatically click just by living on those principles collectively. That'll just fall in line. It's sort of like walking, you know, one foot in front of another. All right. That's just natural. Noble, a lot of Moors want to be the head, so to speak. I'm fine with just doing my part. Okay. And working with brothers and sisters for the same ultimate goal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I don't want to discourage anybody. I just want to speak my mind tonight. You know, I've been holding this in for quite some time now. And I'm the type of person, I don't really like to deal with a lot of BS. You know, I'm really like a no nonsense type of guy. And I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it right now. The things that go on within this movement regarding, you know, just the ideology of more that are in the temples and more that are outside of the temples, how that clash. It's just a big clash. Every day, all day. It's broken up into little cliques, just cliques. Okay. You got 5 or 6 Moors over here that think this way. You got 3 or 4 Moors that do this. Then you got like 50 Moors that they don't like this because they do this. It's broken up into a bunch of cliques. So it goes back to what I've been stating. We got to go back into self, people. All right. You got to deal with self. When you deal with self, stop worrying about saving people and helping people. Save yourselves. Save yourself. You got to save yourself. It's I self law and master. If everyone looked at that principle, that acronym of Islam, I self law and master, everything will be aligned. That's why it's not aligned, because people are not going into self. All right. Tribalism. Heck, I can't even link up with like-minded brothers and sisters in the territory I'm at. Exactly. Now, I'm in what they call the Memphis territory, and I don't deal with anybody because I don't trust them. All right, I don't trust them. I have a healthy sense of paranoia, and I do not trust them. I can count on one hand the people that I have associated with, and that's really kind of bad. That's really not a good thing. But sometimes it is a good thing. All right. I don't deal. Look, I got plenty of. There's plenty of Moors in my territory that get at me all the time. You know, they want to link up. They want to deal. I'm past that. I used to do that in the beginning. You know, because I see that most people think it's a game, and when you surpass people, you don't have to deal with these people on that level, that lower level of thinking. You don't have to deal with them at all. Trust is a big issue. I get that. I'm the same way. For me too, Brother Mario. I just got to speak my mind tonight, you know? And it's sad. Now, this is another form of proof. This is another form of proof. And I'm not angry, but I got to let y'all know this, because I got I got almost 8,000 subscribers, and we have 8 viewers in the room. Okay? We have 8 viewers in the room. So that alone should let you know that this movement, I'm telling you guys, look, take it from me. This movement should really be underground. All right. It really should never have gone public like it's gone. It should be underground. We should have had that link like we once had when we were working together, and it was sort of like in secret, but amongst family members. This social media and these people with these egos that's online, it's been destroyed. It's been destroyed. I'm telling you, it should have stayed underground. And I'm telling y'all, I'm going back underground. I'm telling you now, I'm going back underground because I can't deal with this shit anymore. I'm going back underground. I'm going back into the private sector real soon. You know, real soon, because I can't deal with it anymore. It's too much. It's too much for people like me that's really serious, you know? Now, one thing I will say is when I go back into the private sector, I won't change anything. I'll still be doing the exact same thing I was doing from the beginning. All right? Exactly, underground. Let me dig a hole with you. Right, Moreno Bey? There was no YouTube where Prophet Noble Drew Ali was on the scene. That's what I'm saying. And right now, I'm telling you, look, check this out. This is just to show you how energy works and how the universe works. Anytime I do a live, I have quite a few people in the live. Right now, it's just not meant for those people to hear this. It was meant for you guys to hear this. I'm telling you, it's meant for you guys right now to hear this message. I've did plenty of lives and gave my subscribers 10 minutes notice, and it'll be like 60, 70, 80 people. Right now, it's 9 viewers. All right. So we have an issue. We have an issue in this movement. We really do. We have an issue. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, it's got to be back underground. Fuck ego. I'm not about ego. All right? Right, Moreno Bey, there was no YouTube. When you say when, you're asking me when I'm going to go underground. Am I correct? Once you answer, then I'll answer you. Come on, I see we got somebody else in the room. Get in the chat with us. We're talking about some realness right now. Not all that stuff that make you feel good and, you know, this ain't church right now. I'm talking about some real deal business right now. Get in the chat. Get in the chat. I'm telling y'all, this movement really was never meant to go public. Even when I got in the movement 10 years ago, it wasn't like this at all. It was still, you know what? It was still at a point where it was fairly new to people, you know, especially in my territory. It was fairly new. So people, and now that I think about it, at that time it was better. It was more low key, you know. I could go inside the courts and do what I had to do, and it wasn't a big blow up, you know, because you didn't have so many fucking idiots doing disservice to the nation by doing dumb shit, you know. Islam, I'm just now getting in the chat. What was said so far? Right now, I'm talking about what do you think about the current Moorish Divine and National movement? What do you think about it? And be honest. You remember my name, Brother Mario. I want to build some real trust and economic empowerment underground. Mm-hmm. I remember your name. I just came to the movement and I do not want it to be fragmented. Well, honestly, it's already fragmented. But again, Sister Veronica, that's why I continue and say you have to go into self. Sometimes you got to be alone and deal with self. For example, if you've been in a relationship with somebody for 5 years and it was just horrible for the last 3 years and you got out of that relationship, it's really not that good to go into a relationship immediately. You got to give yourself time to heal mentally, spiritually, you know? You got to be alone. This is how you think. And then you got to think about this as well. When they put you in prison, what do? They punish you by putting you alone in a cell. But we should know how to be alone and deal with self. But this is how they punish you. They punish you by putting you alone. But if we knew how to deal with self, that wouldn't bother us. That's my point. I'm jumping in, fam. Islam. Well, jump in. That's what we're talking about right now. What do you feel? Well, before I go back into that, how's everybody doing? That's how I started off the video. I wanted to check on you guys. We'll get back to this, but I want to check on you guys, see how you guys are doing. You know, if you're doing good, tell me. If you're doing bad, tell me. We can talk about it. That's what I'm here for. I want to talk to y'all. You know, right now, I want to just talk, see how y'all doing. You know, if that's cool. If not, we can go back into what we were speaking about. And that's this movement and what it's like. What do you feel about it? You know, we got a lot of egoists going on right now. It's a lot of ego. People got ego. People, you know, I'm smarter than you. Come on now, let's be real. Royal Obey, 13. Peace, bro. Peace to you as well. Honestly, I get a little weary. Sister Veronica, I don't mind being alone. I just want to be with others. That's fine. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. You can do that. I'm not saying you can't do it. That's cool. What I'm saying is this, that this movement should have stayed underground. That's the only thing I'm saying right now. It should have stayed underground. And when I say underground, I mean like low profile, low key, a little beneath the radar, because this information is powerful. And you can't give certain information to fucking idiots. And that's what's happening with the social media. You got fucking idiots got this information now. So now we got to think about whose fault is it? Hell, I got to blame myself now to a certain degree. That's one reason why I don't really speak about law anymore. Because a lot of fucking idiots would come to me and I know they weren't righteous. I know these guys, it was mainly brothers. I know they wasn't shit. Guys coming to me with dope charges, pistol charges, all types of crazy stuff. Not the normal stuff Moors may have to fight, like traffic or child support or some sort of breach in contract, not the normal stuff. They had like dope charges. How do you get a dope charge and you claim to be a Moorish American national? How does that work? I don't get it. I'm good, but I had to leave the mainland. I live isolated in Hawaii for the moment. I'm trying to figure out the system and I think I have it. Okay. Okay. Polynesia. Clerk of court. Okay. Come on, talk, people. Don't just sit in the room tonight. We need for you to be active and speak. I'm live right now. Talk to me. What we're speaking about right now is the present condition of the Moorish, divine, and national movement. And compared to when Prophet Noble Drew Ali started the first temple, and fast forward up to now to 2019, and why are we in the mess that we are in? We all know why, but I'm letting you guys know that you got to go back into self, and you got to go back low profile in the private sector and get off all this shit. YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Imagine this. Imagine if all Moors were in sync, right? Mentally. And none of us were online. Think about the things that we can get done. Because first off, nobody would know our business. All right. And I understand that to a certain point, I understand that it's an emergency to a certain point. That's why we do what we do. But at the same time, it's kind of like a joke as well. Because if you walk outside of your door and go into the real world and get off of this YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, you'll see what the real world has to offer in the physical form. You'll see. And it's nothing like what we speak about. It's the total opposite. So again, like I keep telling y'all, private sector going back underground, getting off this social media shit. And I'm telling y'all, I'm not going to be on here longer. So if I were you all, I would download some of my videos, whatever you want to do. I'm taking the website down, everything, because I don't like what's going on. I'm not going to be a part of it anymore. I've done everything there is I know that I can do. I've talked about everything that I know that I can talk about. I don't know what else I can even talk about. All right. I've spoken about Drew Ali. I've spoken about law, history, signs, symbols, relationships. You name it, I've spoken about it. You know, I've spoken to the children. I mean, you name it. I don't know what else to speak about, and I don't see anything going forward at all. All right. I just began. Okay, yes, no, but clerk of the court. Okay. Everyone has to have a secret. Prophet Noble Drew Ali statement. Yes. And like I said earlier to the brother, I feel like it'll be a disservice if I didn't let y'all know how I feel. You know, there's no ego with me. You know, some people say, well, yeah, it's ego. It's not ego with me, you know, because if it was ego with me or if it was all about that right there, I was telling a brother just yesterday, I said, man, I could be doing lectures everywhere, anywhere I want. I get the emails all the time. I don't do them, especially if it's not on my terms. All right. I don't do physical lectures. I do not do physical lectures. Again, I don't trust you motherfuckers. I don't trust you. Point blank, period. Everyone has to have a secret. I agree with that, Brother Don. I agree with that. So hopefully, y'all see where I'm going with it. See, Brother Mario, for me, I understand this thing. Sometimes I may need a different interpretation because mine may be off. That's my biggest thing. Okay. Okay. Is it possible for Moore to get out of the U.S. Army since he found his nationality? You can get out at any time you want to if you want to, but that's got to be your choice. Respect your honesty, Moore. Thank you. Yo, that's real, brother. No doubt. I understand where you're coming from, Moore. Man, I'm being honest tonight, man. That's why I entitled it Public Service Announcement. Again, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. This is how I feel. And I know y'all gotta be some real followers if y'all with me right now, you know? And only those that are extremely close to me, they know how I feel. They know how I feel. They know how I've been feeling. I just haven't really, said anything about it, but now's the time to say it. Now's the time to say it. I don't want to keep, dealing with something that's not really going anywhere. And again, that's not to say that I'm not like I'm gonna change something up in my private life. No, I'm not gonna change anything up. I'm a Moorish American national until I transition. Period. If I have an issue I'm violated, I'm enforcing law. I'm still Islam. Royal Obey. I think one of the problems that some Moors have is that they aren't willing to accept the truth of the history and like to subscribe either the good or the bad our ancestors' history. Yeah, Taj speaks about that. Mm, Taj speaks about it. And I don't even think our major problem is wealth. We don't have any. Let me explain something. I get what you're saying, respectfully. I get that. But in my opinion, my humble opinion, our main issue is us. Wealth. Well, how do you define wealth? How do you define wealth, Yalan? How do you define wealth? Because I know when I was coming up, at certain points, I felt like, my family and I, we were rich, even though we didn't have shit. I felt wealthy. So you got to give me your definition of wealthy. I think I know where you're going with it, but give me your definition. What steps would I have to take? Okay. I guess that's a side conversation. Now, I'm going to say this right here. Schaefer, what's that? I can't pronounce that. Zaire Schaefer. What steps would I have to take? Are you speaking to me or are you speaking in a side conversation? Okay, Veronica, that may be one, but our thinking is not in together mode. We are sick. Sister Veronica, we are sick mentally. We have psychological issues. All of us. And that's a fact. And before we can move forward, we have to have some sort of therapy to help cure the psychological illness that we've endured. That's fact. I know it's ugly. I know it doesn't sound too good, but that's a fact. It's a fact. You just see the reality of what has become something that's gotten too much attention that should have stayed low key to begin with. I've been seeing it. I was seeing it before it blew up. You know, I'm behind the scenes anyway. I speak to a lot of the Moors that's so-called up here. So it's a lot of things that go on that y'all don't even know about. And that's just the truth. And we really don't say anything because what can we say? You know, what can we say? What can we say? Wealth is generation finance able to be passed down from generation to generation, harboring an advantage for the recipient of air. Okay. Okay, I see where you're going. Generation finance. So basically you're talking about monetary. Okay, now let me ask you this. Now, say for instance, we had that wealth that you're speaking about right now, right? We got the wealth, right? Who are we gonna pass it to? A bunch of fucking idiots that's gonna blow it? Now, I admire what you're saying, but who do you pass it to? A bunch of fucking idiots? Because we're dealing with a bunch of fucking idiots right now in this generation. Think about it. My whole point is this. Got to go back underground. You got to go back into self. All right. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you something that these Moors ain't going to tell you. They ain't going to tell y'all this. So as long as you want to get on YouTube and Facebook and make yourself feel good because somebody said something that you liked, you're fooling yourself. You got to go back and examine your heart and your mind before you proceed. These niggas can't deal with no goddamn money. Look at these. They can't deal with wealth. You got to get your mind right first. Why do you think some of these idiots blow it? Because they're fucking idiots. Love is wealth, but a lot of Moors use that word too loosely, no doubt. We truly don't know what love is. That is why Noble Drew Ali said we need to learn to love instead of hate. I agree. Hey, babe, they're everywhere. The ignorant. Yeah, that's real. Come on, speak to me. Don't hide in the chat. Talk to me. If you're in the chat, type something. Speak your mind. Don't just watch the screen and watch everybody else talking. Don't sit in the classroom in your desk and just absorbing what people talking about. Ask a question. Speak. Say something. You know, don't just sit there. You know, the numbers on the screen. I see how many people is in the room. Speak. We talking. We building. I deal more with caring. Caring is greater than love, I think. Wealth is also a visual empowerment perception, which I feel can be used to give the movement momentum. Wealth is also a visual empowerment perception. which I feel can be used to give the movement momentum. Yeah, I like that. Should we begin with mental classes? Should we begin? That's kind of funny right there. Yeah, we should begin with mental class. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, whatever that means. Somebody can define that. I know what you mean, though. Yeah, we should really deal with our mind first. Because we're torn. Psychologically. I have a newly nationalized Moor with me now, and he is witnessing this for the initial time. Okay, well, he's getting the real. You want him to get the real, or you want him to get the fake? All right. It's about self. It's not about worrying about other Moors and how other Moors do it. It's really all about how you got to do it to serve the Most High and to please your family, to take care of yourself. If everybody did that, things will be in line. You know, Caring leads to love, I say, babe. I think we can fix the problems that we are facing, but we have to go within first. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. He ain't going to accept the fake. Mm-hmm. Why doesn't anyone speak on Moorish oil, tea, or compound for health purposes? I don't know. Go ahead, speak on it. Tell us something. Tell us something. It's kind of a little off topic, but tell us something. Give us the info. It's on the record, so when you go back and watch the video, it's there. That's my thing. That's how I've been feeling, y'all. You know, um, I'm not the type to fake the funk. Brother Mario, I'll bring up a topic. Hope you don't mind nationalizing our land. I understand we are dealing with idiots and misinformation, but what are your thoughts? That's another collective effort with the nation. All right. I'll give you an example. You ask that same question to a bona fide temple Moor, all right, that doesn't deal with civics. Ask them that same question and see the answer you get. Ask them and see what question you get, what answer you get. You're going to be disturbed. All right. Starts with a change in defining self in our true word. I agree with you that this generation at times I feel is hopeless. Well, it is, man. I feel that way too sometimes. I feel that way too sometimes. Man, those temple Moors, with all due respect, are different. Yeah, their mentality. Well, a lot of the Moors that's outside of the temple, they're different too. It's from the Prophets Manufacturing Company in Chicago. Yeah, I agree, man. They are different. Yeah, they are different. But you have a lot of civic minded Moors that are different as well. We got to stop looking at things face value, people, and pull back the ugly layers of what it is. I know the truth is stern, and I know that even Prophet Noble Drew Ali stated that the truth is stern. But sometimes you got to go within and pull back the ugly layers to see how it all can be taken care of. You feel me? It's ugly. But like I said, you got to go back into self. This movement was never meant to be, not in this day and age, it was never meant to be public. And y'all can tell them, I said it. Matter of fact, that's on the record. It was never meant to be public. No. It was better when it wasn't so public. When you got idiots that can just get online and say anything. All right, that's the issue. And you got a lot of that going on right now. You got a lot of that going on right now. I'm just man enough to admit it, you know. I'm not like the average guy. I'm not like the average person. All right. I speak my mind. Um, but I try to do it in a way where it makes sense to you all. All right. That's how I do it. Best thing anybody can do would be to amass a library. When the power get cut off, you can steal and always be the proper person with right literature. Have anyone in here heard of Tupac being born a woman? The deception of these demons is reaching the surface. Where did that come from? But I get it. I get it. Yeah, people. Hit that like, man. You know, we got 18 people, 19 people, and we only got 9 thumbs up. Y'all can at least hit the like, you know. Hit the like for me, you know, or hit the thumb down, whatever you want to do. If you don't like it, thumb down. At this point, it doesn't matter, you know. It really doesn't. Getting off of public platforms and doing self-study, from my experience, been a better tool. Yes. Now, I went to the temple here in Washington, D.C. with my family. No one ever spoke to us or tried to make us feel welcome, and it felt like a black church to me, and even past the collection plate, shaking my head. I believe you. I believe you 100%. And the reason I believe you, because it happened to me. You know, it happened to me. It happened to me. People will ask, well, why aren't you in the temple? You're supposed to be in the temple. All right. I've told this story. I think I got a video entitled, I think is where the temples really infiltrated. Drew Ali, something like that, where the temples really infiltrated or something. And I break that down, you know, why I'm not in the temple. I'm not ashamed to say why I'm not in the temple. I'm not going anywhere where someone's going to treat me less than a man, less than a human being. All right. I've I've actually tried to get into, I believe, 6 or 7 temples in the beginning, and they all were the same. All right. Very rude, very nasty, very disrespectful. Why would I have to deal with that? So from the beginning, I knew that I didn't want to deal with it. You know, I understand the temple and its functions, but I'm not dealing with that. You know, I got to deal with peace. And that wasn't peaceful to me. I have a cousin who is in the temple, Cuzzo, said one thing that I was like, no, I'm good. He said, we are part and partial to the government. I'm like, nah, brother, that's the infiltration quote. Yeah, they don't talk about, see, that goes back to someone speaking about nationalizing the land. And of course, Parcel deals with land, you know, so it'll be hard to speak to Moors about that in the temple. All right. I think one thing it is intimidation, because when you deal with the civics, it's deep. All right. It's deep. And it's sort of like, it's not an instant win. All right. When you enforce law, it's not an instant win. So you got people that are impatient, that don't have any discipline. They want an instant win. It's not that. It's sort of like when you start a business, you don't instantly profit. Sometimes it takes years to profit. But once you start profiting, you got that small chunks, small bits of money coming in over time. See, that's what I like. I deal with that longevity that's coming over time. See, they want, this is what they want. See, that's why I want to deal with y'all niggas. That's why I want to deal with y'all. That's why I don't want to deal with y'all like that. When I say y'all, I'm talking about those that act like that. You feel me? That's why I don't want to deal with it. They want everything like this. They want everything fast. They don't have any patience. They don't have any discipline. And they're supposed to be adults, grown people. Shoot. The way I see it, I know all too well it is not instantaneously. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. They want everything fast. Anybody that work hard for something know that it takes time and patience to recoup. All right? And that goes back to what I stated about enforcing law and dealing with civics. It's not an instant thing. It's not an overnight thing. It's something that gradually, slowly happens. And you can't care about what people are talking about on the outside looking in. Oh, well, they're those people that did. See, the Moorish Divine and National Movement has a stench on it that cannot be removed right now. It's a stench. All right. And if anybody know what that stench is, tell me in the comments. What's the Moorish Divine and National Movement stench? Think about it. Ask your folks. Tell your folks that you're Moorish American National and see what they got to say. What's their reply? What's the stench? The movement has a stench on it and it cannot be removed. Not right now. Cain Farrow said today he is willing to work with consulate. We need to all work together. Well, we all know that. We all know that. We know that. Like I said, folks, I don't know. I don't know what else there is I can do. I'm not really sure. Um, okay, I see Noble said, everybody always says to me, oh, so you on that stuff, on the stuff, the stench and ignorance, that stuff. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's the stench, man. That stuff. You feel me? Oh, you guys are the people that do this or do that, you know. And that stench is a negative stench. It's not positive. All right. And that stench didn't exist, not that I know of 10 years ago. It didn't exist. Now you got people that have never heard anything about anything within the movement. And when they do hear something, they'll reflect on something that they heard. Oh yeah, that was the people, and they nonchalant with it. Oh yeah, them the people that think they can do this. What? Oh, that's the people that do this. They think they don't have to abide by this or whatever. Now remember, these are idiots that's saying this. So it's a stench on the movement. It really is. And if anybody that acts like it's not a stench on the movement, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. I promise you, you're fooling yourself. And like I said, it's not to discourage anything. When you study Prophet Noble Drew Ali, understand his message. Follow his message. The message is universal. The message is real. Understanding civics is real. Enforcing law is real. The five principles, it's real. But we got to go back into self in order to deal with it. All right. It's not about trying to make somebody get this. This is a lot. That's a lot of information. I had to humble myself years ago in how I present the information, because just because I got it like that, at that time, I thought people would get it like that. And they didn't get it like that. All right. And I didn't get it at that time. I was like, you don't get it? Brother Jason, Islam, bro, how you doing? Self-preservation and determination. Yes, sir. Oh, you was woke. Yeah, that's what they say, huh? That's what they say. But like I said, another thing we got to do, we really got to humble ourselves too, because this is a lot. And we try to pressure our families and friends to notice it. It's nothing wrong with, speaking about it, but you got to know how far to go if you speak about it. The timing got to be right. So I suggest that, from this point forward, if you're speaking to anybody about it, let them earn the right to hear what you got to say. Meaning that you should be in a position of hearing something that they've said or some sort of question where now you can come in and have a remedy for it and just throw it to them and see how they receive it. But as far as just giving it to them and giving it to them, and it's BS. Don't give it to them. They don't deserve it. This is how we screwing up. I'm telling you, this is how we screwing up. And like I said, I can take some of the blame for it. I'm man enough to say this. I can take some of the blame for it. I'm not going to sit up here and try to blame somebody. I'm taking some of the blame for giving out certain information that really shouldn't be out here. Facts. I told a brother today, our people still having problems with declaring that they are Moors out of their own mouths. Forget trying to get them to do some exactly, brother Don. Simple stuff. Islam, all blades of grass don't grow the same. That's right. Brother Bobby Hemming said we all wake up at different times. And he was referring to a physical sleep, like when you go to sleep at night. And that was a good analogy. None of us wake up at the same time. And that's a fact. I just show and prove our people need to see it to believe it. Well, I don't tell them shit anymore. And I'll tell you why I don't tell them shit anymore. The reason I don't tell them shit anymore because they don't deserve it. Okay? They don't deserve it. And the reason I know they don't deserve it because in the past, when I've told family or close friends, and after, a certain period of time, they never changed anything. They never asked about it again. So from that point forward, it's nothing for me to say. I don't waste my energy or waste my time. All right. My energy and time is very valuable. And hopefully you guys do it the same way. Don't waste your time. The universe is sort of like a mysterious thing, the way it operates. So when it's someone's time, they'll get it. It's like they're saying, what they say, when the teacher speaks, the student will appear. That's the analogy that I'll compare with that. Can't build without a foundation. That's right. Especially if thy not right with self. That's right. You got to be right within self. You know, we can sit up here and talk and make each other feel good all day, every day. But what did you get out of it? What did you learn? What can you apply? Besides just feeling good, how can you apply it? Can you apply it? Like Brother Taj always says, what good is knowledge if you can't apply it? And that's really deep if you look at it. What good is knowledge if you can't apply it? Think about it. You're just sitting up here with all this knowledge. For what? What are you going to do with it? You got all this knowledge. Okay, now what? Everything I've learned within the movement, from Prophet Drew Ali's message, me taking on, quote unquote government, local authorities, however you want to speak about it, I've learned from it and I apply myself, from those teachings. I never gave a what about what people thought or what people said, because I was really living that life and still is, especially in the beginning. Like in the beginning, man, I was a force to be reckoned with. And that's a fact. The teacher and student itself, especially if they ain't not right with self. Facts. Yeah. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. Do me a favor. Just hit the thumbs up. I don't ask for a lot. Just hit the thumbs up. We got 21 people. It's only 16 thumbs up. Just make it balance out, if you would. That's all I'm asking. Just make it balance out. Talk. Let's talk. Shit, we live. Talk to me. This is a good bill. Islam. Yeah, I think so. And like I said, I got a lot of patience, and but I think my patience has worn thin over the years. Appreciate the platform, brother. I appreciate you for even taking your time to even watch me. When I first started all of this, I just put videos up. In the very beginning, I didn't edit any of my videos because I wanted people to get the message. I didn't want them to fall in love with edits and special effects and all this old crap. I wanted to gain my following by speaking to them. Just a camera. That's it. No edits, no special effects, no music, none of that. The only reason I do it now is because I like to do it. That's the only reason and it's a little more entertaining, and it spices it up a little bit. But as far as in the beginning, I didn't do it at all, and that's why, because I wanted people to hear my message. I remember Brother Taj speaking on allodial titles. I would have more like myself get it. Mm-hmm. You know what an allodial title is, right? Thank you for hitting the thumbs up, you all. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Oh yeah, something else I want to think about. I want to talk about. Um, the importance of books and having physical books, and how a lot of the younger generation, how they just Google and use Wikipedia. And I'm not totally against it because I'm for technology, but I think you guys, if you're watching, if any of the young brothers and sisters out here, you got to go get books, physical books. And the reason you got to get the books, the physical books, is because that's where a lot of the real information lies. All right, especially if they're older books. All right, things can be switched up and placed out online. I come from the era when we walked in libraries and studied things and compared notes and took hours to find certain things. It was sort of like a treasure hunt, and it was fun. So remember, get the books, people. Invest in a library. If you're gonna do it, do it. You're sharp with it. Videos are respected, especially because you show and prove. Thank you. What if they shut down? Exactly. Good. That's what I'm talking about, brother Don. That's my point. It can happen. Don't for 1 minute think it can't happen. See, that's the thing, man. Look, that's sort of like the King Alfred plan in the Rex 84. Man, these people use strategies, all right? Just like this so-called government shutdown thing that's going on right now. You know, all of this is an experiment on the people, all right? And those very same people that voted the guy in, now they're feeling some sort of way because they're working and can't even get paid, you know? So you got to look at it like it's all an experiment. So if they were to shut down the internet, so to speak, what would you do? What would you, like, how would you go on? Most people are embedded in their phones. I see people traveling all the time like this. And that really annoys me, man, especially if they're close to my automobile. Like that makes me nervous. You know, that you don't have enough sense to look at the road versus this thing online. You know, I did a video entitled, Are We Addicted to Social Media? Y'all need to look at it. It got, the views were low too. It was real low because nobody don't want to see a video like that because everybody addicted to it. You know, I'm mad. I'm at work, but I'm in here. No doubt. I appreciate you. Thank you. Much, much more information in books makes you think and consider a lot of things. That's right, Navi. Paperback is like gold. That's right. I got books. Got to reboot the original technology, computer, the mind. That's right. That's right. You know, the computer was created by the human mind. The computer ain't shit without the human mind, you know? And internet is programming. What they want you to focus your attention. Yeah. So now, mind you, understand this now. I'm not in no shape, form, or fashion saying that you shouldn't take advantage of this technology. What I'm saying is you should indulge in it 24/7. That's what I'm saying. You should take time from it sometimes and do things that you can do with your family, that family should do without a phone sitting around or a laptop. You know, one thing I'm disgusted by, like if I go somewhere, for example, if I go into a restaurant, right, and it's a family or it's a couple, and they're sitting across from one another, adjacent from one another, right, and they both like this. Now, they really should be sharing one another's time, but this is what they do. And I'm disgusted by that. Like, that's disgusting. Information you get from a physical book that you can't get from looking at online. Yes. Right. Not be overly dependent. Yeah. That's right. Even 10 years ago, I'll say even 5 years ago. Well, I'll say 10 years, even 10 years ago, because that wasn't that long ago. It wasn't like this at all. I remember 10 years ago, man, people didn't even use their phones to, to catch all this stuff like they do now. Like every time you see somebody's filming somebody, you know, trying to expose them or to get a cheap laugh, like that didn't even go on 10 years ago. You know, so again, you got high technology in the hands of a bunch of fucking idiots. That's why we have the issues that we have right now, because you got a lot of idiots that's dealing with this overnight stardom, all right, of stupidity. And I know y'all hate when I talk about our behavior issues. I know y'all hate it. I know y'all do. I know y'all hate it. But hey, it's the real. I know y'all hate it, but it's the real. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. Who can deny it? When I speak on the behavioral issues of our people, how can you deny that? How can you justify it? How? But for the most part, what we do is we ignore it like it doesn't exist. You can't deny it. I know y'all don't like it. When I speak on that behavior, and when I speak about the sisters, y'all don't like that shit. I know y'all don't. I know y'all don't like it. But I only speak about it because I know Prophet Noble Drew Ali held her in his arms on the illustration. And that was even from him stating that she's dead. And this is why we have a lot of the issues that we have in the community with brothers killing one another, because their foundation is not there. And the foundation is mother. So whether you like it or not, mother is dead. Mother is dead. How can you deny it? Are there any books on contract law that you would suggest? Yes, I'm gonna pull one out in a few seconds. Everybody, for the most part, is necessary because folks coming at us from many angles. Explain that, Navi. Yeah. Hold on. I got a book for you. Schaefer. Our people are so caught up on the reality TV fight videos, materialism, big booties. That's right. This book right here, that's a pretty good book that goes into contract law. And that's by a so-called attorney. That's a real good book. Get this book. But it's a lot of books that go into contract law, but this is a good one. And it was written by a so-called attorney. And I got the book to see what he really knew. And he knows his stuff, even though he's speaking from more of a state legislation point of view. But if you know how to decipher it, I mean, you'll know it's pretty solid regarding the procedures and the principles of contract law. But this book right here is not just about contract law. It's about many things that most families um, should have. That's why it's entitled The Lifetime Family Legal Guide. So I would say pick it up. It's a good book. I told her more about this, what you said, and she was mad as hell with me. What did you tell her? What did you tell her? And why would she be mad? I mean, because why? What's to be angry about? If we focus on law, they go religion. If we focus on politics, they come at us financially. If history, they spout opinion. That's right. That's my point. The reason they do that because this movement was never meant to be public like this at this time. Period. That's why. And the universe is trying to show us, but we're ignoring the signs. The universe is showing us, but we're ignoring the signs. Now, one thing I can say that I do respect about Lodge Masons and the fraternal orders, even the European orders, one thing I can respect about them is that they know and understand why you shouldn't have certain information out here. That's why they keep it secret. Even though Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that he was gonna remove or reveal the secret societies or pull the veil back, but I get it though. You just can't give certain knowledge to certain people. They're not ready for it. And that's a fact. All right. That because of their mental condition, we are suffering badly. That's true. I mean, but you can't get the sisters to, I mean, I can count on one hand how many sisters I've heard actually admit that they ain't shit presently, collectively. I mean, the guys ain't shit either. But what I'm saying is the sisters are the foundation. They're the foundation. All right. Their womb is the first school. And we come from them. So however they raise us, this is how we're going to be in society. All right. They don't come from us. We come from them. All right. So that's a fact. And for anybody to deny it, hey, they're just fooling themselves. Fourth edition contract is a good book. Okay. Somebody speaking about a contract law book, y'all should go get. Fourth edition contract is a good book. Contract law is pretty simple if you just, you got a little time to study. It's really simple. It's not hard. It's not, it's just, there's certain principles, it's not hard at all. Once you understand contract law, it's a lot of stuff that you can, work your way through, navigate through. It's really simple. It really won't take a long time to get if you just sit down and study for about a week or so. The most challenging thing is when I'm researching on the Moorish movement is that some Moors have different views that creates a lot of confusion sometimes. Sometimes I don't know who to listen to. Well, I'm going to tell you from my opinion what you should do. You should study Prophet Noble Ali and his message. All right. That's where you're screwing up. Study his message. All right. And also study rvbaypublication.com because I tried to, many years ago, I tried to, to see if something was, incorrect on that site. And I never could find anything incorrect. I researched for many, many years and with the law library and so on. That's how I found out about contract law. I actually went to the law library to look at contract law in its different sections. Like the 1-207, 1-308, etc., whatever. I went to the law library to see, and I was like, wow, it's really here. I was fascinated by it. We printed the stuff out. I saw the treaty in the law library. So I say, don't just listen to people. Don't just believe people, not even me. Go out and see it for yourself, research for yourself. All right, that's how you find out. But for the most part, study Prophet Noble Ali because this movement is geared behind what he brought to us. So study him, follow your heart, and you will never go wrong. That's true. Because when I was coming up, I was dealing with some brothers. They were cool brothers, very loving brothers, but we wasn't on the same path as far as like Islam and different ideologies. It was different. I wouldn't say that we butted heads, but it was just different. We wasn't on the same path, so I had to separate myself from these brothers, even though they were good brothers and they helped me out a lot. But it just wasn't the path that I needed to be on. And I knew it wasn't because I wasn't 100% comfortable. And I did what like the brother just said, as far as follow your heart. Or I'm sorry if that's a brother or not, or sister. I'm sorry. I really can't pronounce the appellation. But if you're not a brother, I apologize. I think much of this information vibrates at different frequencies. It does. That's true. That's true. That's true. Most definitely true. That's most definitely true. For the record, I am Rashid Moose Bey. I'm a brother. Okay. Okay, good. Is that Mus Bey? Rashid Mus Bey. I'm a brother. Okay. Good, good. Just like the chakras and colors. Mm-hmm. You know what? I was gonna do a series. I still may do it. Um, you just gave me an idea, Navi. I think I wanted to do a series called The Breakdown. And what that series is gonna detail is me breaking down certain things that the average person just don't get. you know, like chakras, the science of colors, different symbols like the Great Seal, the swastika, the Baphomet. I was going to do like a little quick short series on that, you know, just depending on how I'm feeling, you know. But people don't realize that colors even have an effect on our brain and our psyche. They use them. If anybody in the chat, if you ever went to school for marketing or advertising, you will know about this because they use colors to advertise and get you into certain moods, especially with the fast food chain restaurants. You know, they use certain colors. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. If you think about like fast food chains like Taco Bell, KFC, Wendy's, they use two main colors. McDonald's is yellow and orange. And those colors supposedly make you hungry. All right. So they understand the science of what to put in your face to generate income for them by using the science of colors. All right. So that's deep. That's deep. I watch your videos. I listen to Taj and Sabir. RV Base seem to have great info. Yes. Yellow E. Yes. Is there another legal law dictionary besides Black's Law Dictionary that has the same information in it? Bouvier's. Bouvier's is a good law dictionary. I just deal with I mainly deal with Black's Law because that's what I started off in. Black's Law, 4th edition. You know, that did me pretty good. But Bouvier's is real good as well. Yeah, Blackstone, Bouvier. Mm-hmm. Get those flash drives. Yeah. Yep. Red attention. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean the color, and then think about this, like the color, like sky blue. You blew my mind with that Bachman video, no doubt, no doubt. Think about the colors like a sky blue or light blue. When you look at these companies that manufacture plastic bottles for water companies, like the drinking bottles, they always use the color blue because it's a calming effect. All right. A clean, pure effect when we all know that's not really the case. But when you see it, this is what you get out of it subconsciously. Okay, he said pink is calm. Pink is for calm. Okay. But most definitely light blue, sky blue is for that same reason. And red is more of a like a masculine, in your face, energetic, you know, not caution, but warning. You feel me? So the colors, hey, it's a science to it. You are right. Never thought about blue and water. Yeah, yeah, that's a fact. This is what they do. They understand the science and how to use colors to advertise something and to make profit from it. It make you feel a certain way. Think about if you saw a bottle of water with a red label. It wouldn't even look right because they've used blue for the calming effect. But red is like a warning. So they don't want you to run away from the product. They want you to buy the product. All right. There's only a few products that can actually use red and get away with it. And I've been getting y'all ass too. I'm going to tell you how. I use the science of colors a lot in my videos. Y'all may have never realized it, but from now on, just check it out. Some days I'll wear certain colors to have you in a certain mood or to demand attention. You know, so I do it sometimes, but not to deceive, but just to create that certain mind frame. Yeah, psychology. I do it all the time. I do it in the videos from what I wear to what I put in the video, you know? And I'll tell you another thing they've done with the colors. For example, like the rainbow spectrum. Look what they've done to the rainbow. Can anybody guess? Think about the chakras in the rainbow spectrum. Now think about how they bastardized the rainbow. Tell me, somebody. Tell me. Tell me, talk to me, talk to me. Y'all just sitting back. Y'all don't want to talk. So y'all gonna make me go to sleep. See, y'all don't want to talk. Y'all don't want to talk. What it say? They gave it. They gave it out. Yeah, that's the connotative word. Yeah, gay. Yeah, most definitely. That's right. They most definitely flipped it around and made it something else. But I'm gonna get to your question, Schaefer, in a few seconds. But most definitely, they've done that. But think about something as good as the rainbow. Think about how rainbows make us feel when you see a real rainbow. It's a very common effect. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like a child again. You look at it and it's like, whoa, look at this. You know, look, he's smiling. It just feels good. It's beautiful. And then you got to think about the chakras. The chakras, and you look at this picture behind me. Look at the picture behind me. See, I know what I'm doing. You know, I understand colors. So I use the colors. Y'all may never even realize why I even got this up here, even though it's a picture of the land masses, but look at the colors. Yeah, he said, hey, he said, happy, I'm sorry, taste the rainbow. They made it a negative when it's actually positive. Yeah, that's my point. So that's why I said I was going to do a little series called The Breakdown. And I was going to be breaking down all of this stuff that the elite has made in a negative manner when it's really positive. I chased the rainbow as a child. How far did you get? I want to know. I almost got lost because I know it. You most definitely. But let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a rainbow from a mountaintop? And if you have, tell me what it looked like because I have. It's beautiful. There's a thin line of black on one end of the color spectrum. Other end has white. All colors are they didn't tell or teach us that, babe. Dig that. Mind's eye. I got you. I got you. See, right now I feel like y'all family, close family, because I can just sit back and, I never lay down doing a video. I feel comfortable. I can lay down and talk to y'all. Somebody said, I am a naturalized U.S. citizen now, but originally from Haiti. If I nationalize as a Moorish American, recognized, hold on, let me read that again. I am a naturalized U.S. citizen now, but originally from Haiti. Okay, you're an American, most definitely. If I nationalize as a Moorish American, would it be recognized by the UN? Um, well, most definitely, but I mean, you don't really need anyone to recognize anything. You know, you don't have to have anybody recognize anything. You are who you are. Haitians are Moors, without a doubt. You know, you can just declare that. That's in your heart. Before you do anything, declare it and know it in your heart. You don't have to necessarily put anything on paper yet. Because see, when you start moving too fast, that's when you get caught up. So just know that in your heart you're more. Look up the term blackamoor. Look it up. Look up the term blackamoor. I don't know. Well, first off, let me ask you this. Fitness first. Have you ever looked up the term blackamoor? If not, I'll pull it up right now. I'll read it to you and I'll show it to the screen. But you got to let me know first. And someone asked about, I know for sure that I'm a Moor. Okay, well, cool. You know. How do you know? Tell me how you know then. How do you know? I do have another question, but okay, give me the question. It kind of slipped by me. You have to show it so they'll know it. You have to show what are you talking about? I'm kind of lost right now. You have to show it so they'll know it. Tell me what you're talking about. I'm kind of lost. I'm talking to a lot of people right now. In your heart, I give thanks. I told a brother that today. Geneva Bible, 1599 has black or more in there 7 or 8 times. Just saying. Yeah. Real talk. That's why we did, okay. Did any of y'all look at the premiere I did a few weeks ago called Dissociation of a Nation? That video we went in on it about the Blackamoor and how they spoke more in the movies. I researched books and videos and dictionary. Okay, that's good enough for me. That's good. Well, like I said, you know that in your heart. You declaring it now. Matter of fact, you're proclaiming it right now for the public record. You know, that's all it takes. You just live as that. It's really nothing difficult about it. You just live as that. It's sort of like if you're a female or if you're a male. I mean, it's nothing difficult about it. You know you're a male. Okay, boom. What else you want to know? Descendants of Moroccans born in America, everything we have been taught is upside down, inside out, and backwards. Yeah, I watched it. Okay. That was a great video. Thank you. From the heart chakra lined up with the breath. Mm-hmm. 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 That's what's up. That's what's up right there. It's not external, it's internal. Claim it as so. Yeah. I make more in my heart first, but based off my consanguinity, lineage, bloodline, heritage, history, I am more. I would never be less. That's right. Need to get on point with the breath. That will change up a lot of things. Yes. But we're nothing with, we are breath. We are the spirit. That's who we are. Nothing more, nothing less. Because without the breath, you're nothing. You no longer, well, in this physical realm, you no longer exist in the physical realm. But technically, we are the breath. And that's a fact. If anybody don't think you're the breath, go ahead and hold your breath and see what happens. See what happens. If you're big and bad, go ahead and do it. Oh man. Yes, but there is, let me see. Yes, but there is healing in using proper. Oh, well, y'all know that. I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing. You're most definitely right. But the problem is we are shallow breathers. And we don't necessarily know, as a whole, we don't necessarily know how to properly breathe. Dr. Lean Bay speaks on that all the time. Check him out on that subject matter. Brother Mario, another pick at your brain. So those who know they are Moors and get pulled over by policy enforcers, the Moors know he's a Moor, but the policy enforcer doesn't. Yeah. Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't. You know, that's a whole nother ball game, though. You know, when you're dealing with them, that's a whole nother ball game. I don't really, man, that's a deep one because that's one of those situations where you just can't say, yeah, do this or do that. It's sort of like a spare the moment type of thing where you got to kind of think fast and be witty. You know, you got to be on your feet. You got to be on your shit. You know, you got to be a fast thinker, man. I mean, if anybody on here from the streets, you know what I'm talking about. You know, if you're from the streets, or if you've been in a tight situation before where it was life and death and you had to balance it out, you know how to think fast. You know, I can think real fast. Shit, if you don't believe me, text me, come with a question. I'll come back at you. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta get our stuff together, y'all. We gotta really get it together. I recently learned that all languages stem from India. I accept it as fact. Am I mistaken? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can look into it, but I'm not sure. I have no idea. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know that. I don't know. But that's interesting. I can look into it. I have no idea. I'm still a student. Meanwhile, you have some of these pricks online, you know, they would actually try to answer that and don't even know. Inhale, exhale equals inhale, exhale. Take your last breath and you exhale. I've never heard of it put like that. Inhale, exhale equals inhale, exhale. Take your last breath and you exhale. The English language is very distorted. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I agree. Hey, do you know the original Little Red Riding Hood? It's deep, y'all. Tell me about it. I think I've heard something about it though, but tell me so I can be sure. You know, all that stuff got meaning to it. I put up a video a while back, probably over a year ago, about the ice cream truck and its melody, its original melody. Go back and look at that video. It's a good video. Mm-hmm. Man, I appreciate this bill because I know some more that will be talking about finance constantly in calendars. Shit, man, I know, man. All fairy tales have a subliminal message. That's right. And yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of more. That's why I said, man, look, you'll always know who is really about teaching and who is really about their loot. You know what I'm saying? I'm about my loot. Don't get it twisted now. I'm about my loot. Don't get it twisted. But when it comes to teaching, I put that first. You know, whenever I deal with a transaction of some sort of finance between myself and one of the people out of the nation, it's because I have so much information that I can share, but it's too much time. It takes too much time to sit there and try to tell them all of this information. So to sum it up, hey, just get the DVD or just get this. I mean, it's inexpensive. Just get that. Or you can just go back and watch my free YouTube videos. Or you can get off your lazy fat ass and go study for yourself. You have a choice. It's a choice. And then, like I said, I advise y'all, man, to just, I'm all about getting your loot. My man's be on promoting calendars. 5K debates. I'm all about getting your loot. My man's be on promoting calendars. 5,000 debate. I mean, that's the game. I'm with you on that. Students study your on point. That's the game, man. I look at it like this, man. That's the game that some people play. You know, I don't play that game. Like I said, if I wanted to, I could do lectures. If I was involved in that type of stuff, I can do the lectures. I can easily do the debates and demand certain finance, all of that stuff, man. If I wanted to, what would stop me? The only thing that stopped me is my morality. I have morals. I got class, man. I don't like looking like an idiot, especially in a public forum. If I'm gonna look like an idiot, let that be in the private, not, on the world stage for everybody to just look and laugh at me. Come on, man. You gotta be an arrogant prick to get on a stage and debate with somebody about something that's not even debatable. You gotta be a real asshole to do this. I'm an asshole too at times, but I'm not that big of an asshole. All right. And that's just the truth, man. I would never do that. I would never sell myself that low. Because again, I have class, I have morals, and there's certain principles that I stand on. That's why I don't argue with these idiots online. I refuse to. I would never let them bring me to that level of arguing with them back and forth. I would never stoop that low because in real life, I don't do that. See, these guys, it's a game with these guys. If you met me in real life, you would know that I'm a very serious guy. And people that are serious don't entertain that type of foolishness, and especially from my background, we don't do back and forth. Where I'm from, the back and forth will get you in that fucking hole in the ground. We don't play that type of game. I respect other men because I know where I come from, and I don't disrespect other men like that, So I let them play that game. I don't play that game. That's a game. And I'm too old. I'm too grown for that. I'm speaking on what the Moor does. The brother is very knowledgeable, but the constant patron sign up, share the video out and debate. Okay, who is the brother? Who is the brother? Who are you speaking about? There's a lot of brothers out here. I ain't saying no names. Okay. Somebody got severe up here. Well, like I said, hey, everybody got their thing on what they do. I look at it like this. Some people use this platform because this is all they have to survive. Some people, this is how they survive. So if that's how they survive, that's how they survive. I mean, I'm a hustler, so I got many different things that I do to provide for my family, not just this stuff. Because if this stuff sank, boom, I'm still good. Only a fool would, man, look, I don't play the game with these guys. I don't do it. It's not that serious to me. They can say whatever they want about me, but me going back and forth with another man, I've never done that in real life. So I would never get to the age I am now and do it online. Never. True knowledge is non-debatable. That's my point. It's either hidden or shared. Great Debaters was my favorite movie. Yes. That was Denzel Washington, right? I didn't know these debates were going on when I recommended that at church years ago. So glad I didn't push it through back then. I see the fallacy of it all now. It's true too. I'm mad about it. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, no doubt. Greatness to you, babe. Well, definitely. I appreciate y'all sticking in, I haven't done a live in a long time. So I really didn't have anything. Well, I had something to speak about, but honestly, when you go back to the beginning, if you decide to watch the video again. I wanted to check on y'all, man. You know, a lot of YouTubers don't check on the people that follow their videos and the information they provide. I just wanted to check on y'all and just have a normal sit down conversation, man, you know, about whatever. You know, it didn't necessarily have to be Moorish information. It could be anything. How was you doing today? How you feeling? You know, how the fam? You know, I appreciate y'all coming out. You know, just general conversation. You know, and it just kind of, you know, bled over to what I started talking about as far as the movement. And then it's to where it is now. You know, man, you can't get a Christian to entertain a fact if their life depending on it. Well, I agree with that, no. But see, you brought up. Now I got to tell a story. That's funny you said that, bro. It helped when I ran into the information, but now it's about studying true unity. That's right. Now you said, man, you can't get a Christian to entertain a fact if their life depending on it. For the most part, you're most definitely correct. But now I got to look back into when I was a quote unquote Christian. Well, one thing about me was this. When I was a Christian, I wasn't a Christian as a grown man long at all, but it was long enough to try to practice the tradition of Christianity from what I thought was correct. And when I was a Christian, I actually read the Bible. I'm talking about I used to sit down and literally turn the TV off, like quiet, and read the Bible. And I actually lived by the Bible. I'm gonna give y'all a quick story just to show you what I mean, just to show you how people can claim a religion, so to speak, but they don't even live by it. All right. Now, when I was about, I guess I was about 19, anywhere from 19 to 20, it was my adult Christian years. And from that point of like 20 up, I stopped. I got out of it. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. But let me tell you a quick story. This is what happened. As a child, like many Moors, I was indoctrinated in Christianity. So, of course, me being a child, I didn't know. I just did what my mom directed me to do. So I didn't really know the importance of anything. I just, like I said, the mother is the first teacher. So my mother gave me something and I went by it. So how can I argue with that, right? So as I became a grown man, legally, quote unquote, I wanted to see what it was about from my point of view. I wanted to see what I wanted to do with Christianity. So when I got out of my mother's house and I was fending for myself or whatever, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to church. At that time, my daughter's mother and we were together, and we said, you know what, let's go to church. So we started going to church. And we liked church at that time. You know, it was fun. It was nice, you know, but we took it seriously. So we went to church twice a week. We were involved in anything the church had to offer, we were involved in it. We read the book and we tried to live the best way we knew how. But legally, we weren't married. And the church people were telling us that we were shacking, right? But at the same time, they wasn't paying our fucking bills, but they were telling we were shacking and it was wrong. So we were caught like in between a rock and a hard place. So my point is this. So what we decided to is, since we thought we were shacking, is not to have sex. And we actually did that. No, I'm like, for real, like at 19, this is what I was doing. We didn't have sex at all. Like, it was many, many months. And we were still going to church. And I remember one day I was on the highway and I had a lot of hip hop CDs, a lot of rap CDs. And at that time, I took the CDs and just chunked them out the window because I didn't even want that energy, right? We changed up our diet and everything. Now, this is as a Christian. This is as a Christian now. This is as a Christian. We took it seriously. So we got to the point where I guess about 6 months passed, and we couldn't take it anymore. You know, we couldn't take it no more. We couldn't abstain anymore. We had to do what we had to do. You know, and that's when I figured out that that's how I knew life was real. And we tried. You know, we tried. We went within, and I didn't know anybody else that was doing it like us at that time. So from that point, I started reading other things, and I drifted away from Christianity. And it wasn't necessarily Islam. It was just I was all over the place. I was always a logical thinker, you know. So I was like all over the place. But anyway, that's just like a little quick little story just to show you how, you know, I was a Christian, but I got factual information later and I end up leaving Christianity. That was my point for the little story. And we was actually reading the Bible, studying the Bible, living by the Bible, eating the proper way, not having sex like maniacs, and treating our fellow brothers and sisters with dignity. All right, this is what we did. All right, church be trying to deliver you to the state through marriage. That's right. Keep the lives going so we can continue to grow with you and yours. Yes. Everybody swear that if you're not married under the so-called state of yours, not one. That's right. I got a video on that. Go look at my video, Moorish Americans and Marriage. If y'all seen it, put your hand up, say something. Because that video is important, man. People think that you got to go through some court system, some state entity to be in matrimony. You know, when how we fell out of line was, you know, brother and I was speaking just yesterday, talking about how we're not in harmony with our mates like we once were, and how the father and the mothers, well, the fathers, you know, they would actually have that just that right person for their daughter. You know, it had to be astrological. It had to be on point, not just anybody. You know, like now, anybody just get together. You know, it's not for those reasons now. You know, people are just caught up in lust now. They're operating directly on the lower self. The story of Christ has been converted to a Superman story, literally. Facts. Jesus became Superman on the modern masses. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yes, I have. No, not as an entirety, not in its entirety, but I have. Zodiac constitutes CM, yes. I was in the church up until 5 years ago. Before that, I was tithing. I was in the choir. I was there Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Waste of time. Okay, let me ask you something, Noble. That license make you married to the state. That's right. Noble, did you try to live in harmony with the book? Marriage and matrimony, two different things. That's right. That's why I said go to that video I did. It's called Moorish Americans and Marriage. You know, I have people getting at me sometimes asking me about that because a lot of the sisters, you know, they kind of brainwash, you know. I mean, it's understandable. They want to get married to the state because that's all they know. They don't know anything else. And then you have a brother, yes, good. I see you know. Well, let me ask you this. Did you stop having sex? Did you do that though? You didn't stop that. You kept doing that. No, I'm just messing with you. But a lot of people think that you have to go through the state. You don't have to go through the state. All right. It's between the most high and you and your mate. It's not between anybody else. Now, if you put them in your business now, that's on you. You know, I've always had, well, no, I can't say I've always had that sense, but I've been on paper, quote unquote, married. It's been many years ago, but I would never do that again, ever, because I know it doesn't take all of that. Islam chat family, where is their light? I am there. Yes. Thank you, Brother Darrell, for coming out. We're just building on whatever. Pick up into Islam. Okay. I was never with the marriage thing because I even understood as a child that love is what keeps man and woman together. Yeah, that's right. Now, if you notice, I think I spoke about this in the video as well, the Moorish Americans in marriage, on how, you know how some people will be in a relationship. Hold on, I'm gonna get back to that. I was with the same woman for 12 years. Our sex life was few, far in between. I got you. Now, I'm supposed to be slurping, but I had to check Moreno out tonight. Oh, you're supposed to be sleeping. Okay, but I had to check. I thank you. I appreciate you coming out. I was just about to say something, but I lost my train of thought. If somebody knows what I was about, if you know what I was about to say, let me know because it was a point I was about to make. I must admit, when I was going to church as a youngster, I couldn't wait to eat them snacks and buy a seat. Me too. I used to like the communion. That was the part I liked. I used to love the communion. Grape juice and crackers. Man, I loved that. That's what was up. I loved it. You know, I ain't give a damn about. When I was a child, I didn't give a damn about the symbolics behind it. You know, I wanted some crackers and grape juice. That's what I wanted. I like the revivals. I can't eat grapes. I feel you. Marriage and people being in a relationship. Marriage, yeah, okay. Marriage and people being in a relationship. I was about to make a point about marriage and people being in a relationship. Now, I think I was about to say, um, I think I mentioned the state part about how you don't have to be with the state. Oh, yeah, I know what I was about to say. Now, yeah, I remember. Thank you. I remember now. You know how you'll see people together, right, for many, many, many years, and they're not even on paper as being married, quote unquote, right? But the minute they sign that contract between themselves and that state, for some reason, their relationship diminishes. It diminished. And it's because of that contract. It's because of the frequency, the vibration that contract in itself holds. And it's not godly, quote unquote. It's not godly. That's why most people can be in a relationship 20, 30 years. And the minute they get married on paper, man, these people hate each other now. They're not even together. What do you think about the Willie Lynch speech as it relates to marriage? Um, I did a video about that, man. Look at my video, man. I did like a 2-hour video on that about, matter of fact, it was a live about, man, that was about 2 months ago. Um, Give me freshen my memory on that, brother Don, as far as the marriage part. Cause right now I'm all over the place. I'm gonna be real with you. And then I can better give you some information on it. Common law marriage lasts the longest. Yeah, exactly. Sex is the perverted name of marriage when a man and woman join and become one in the literal sense. Yeah. I have another question, fam. Okay, go ahead and ask. I agree with that. With the sex. That's why you shouldn't have sex with any and everybody. And that's a fact, man. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have sex with any and everybody. I know that's easy to say, but that's a fact. You know, I struggled with that many years, you know, because I mean, just like a lot of people, you know, I would, you know, be on them. You know, that's just how I was when I was in my younger years, you know. And I can remember how drained, and I'm not talking physically, I'm talking about spiritually, mentally. Like I really used to be drained. Like it's like they were draining my life force. You know, it's like a soul tie. That's why people don't realize. That's why can't see. That's one thing. None of these women can ever say about me. They'll never be able to say that I did something to them on that level. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me, and I don't just. I ain't never really been the type to just get quick with a woman like that. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be really something there. You know, for me to do something like that. You know, it's never been like, even when I was a younger guy, even when I was a teenager, I didn't do it like that. You know, there had to be some sort of attraction between us for me to just really want to go there. All right. But now sex is supposed to be a ritual now that we know that you only use gateway, right? Hey, flesh and blood, juicy crackers. Yeah. Every other being on this earth has sex to reproduce. We have been programmed to do it for pleasure. Yeah. That's my point. That's why I say if you can, if you got the strength, you got the mind, step away from it and you will feel energized. Not only energized, you'll have more power. Now notice this. The the people that have the most power, I'm gonna give you an example. Somebody like Oprah Winfrey, Hillary Clinton, back in her heyday, um, mainly people with a lot of power, like Donald Trump, they don't have a lot of sex at all. I'm gonna let that marinate on your mind. You see what I'm saying? People that have a lot of power tend to have less sex. Marinate that on your mind. See, people use drugs and sex as a form of escapism. What are you escaping? What are you running from? Right? Think about it. You can't think. Let's use Oprah Winfrey for an example. The reason I'm using her because she's a female, but she's extremely powerful. How can she get in that position of power by having sex with every man she sees? You think that's possible? So it's a power in not having sex. Most people just haven't tapped into it. Because once you tie with that individual, that soul tie, they know you, they got you. That's why you can be in a general relationship with somebody, everything's cool. And if y'all not in harmony, if y'all have sex, boom, y'all just shared that soul. Now they got you. Now all of a sudden you can see that person's other side. Now they mean all of a sudden. Now they asking for this. Now they feel that they're entitled to something just because y'all soul tie. Now, when you didn't do that, everything was pretty neutral. I'm telling y'all, man, especially y'all brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Try it. A lot of women try it, but brothers, I'm telling you, you better try it. If you want to have more power, you better step away because the more you give it away, the less power you'll have. And that's a fact. Oh, they said somebody look like KRS-One. I know they talking about. Oh, they talking about the Me Too movement. See, y'all ain't ready for that. Thank you, Brother Don. See, y'all need to look into that feminist movement, man. Y'all need to look into that feminist movement. hmm See, no, I haven't heard any Moorish American nationals speak on the feminist movement, the Me Too movement. Man, they talk about the same stuff every day, every day, every day. They don't speak about a lot of other things that directly affect what we do. And that feminist movement is a man, y'all better do y'all research. I've been trying to throw jewels at y'all, but I don't think y'all catching it. Certain videos I'll throw stuff out there, but y'all ain't catching it, man, because y'all too used to this traditional information that's being brought to y'all by the average Moorish American national. See, I step outside the box and I give you other things too, because y'all need that too. You know, not just law, not just Drew Ali, not just RV Bey, you know, not just the temple, you know, not just the Constitution. Let me step outside of there. We're going to give you something else. We're supposed to be 360. Man, look, let me tell you something about this feminine movement, babe. You know, man, look, these sisters ain't gonna want to hear this, man. Only way I tell y'all about this feminist movement, man, the sisters gonna have to leave the room, man, because they're gonna get mad at me. That's the only way. They gotta leave the room. When I see it declining, I'll tell y'all about it, man. The feminist movement, the sister sold us out on that one. You know, they sold us out on them, and that's a fact. Wow, now with the R. Kelly BS, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, we do have to protect our mothers, though. I protect those that need to be protected, not just because they're mothers. Some mothers aren't. But see, that's what. See, I'm finna correct you on that, brother. I love you. I got more respect for you, but we got to be specific, man. You said we do have to protect our mothers. I agree with that, but certain mothers, not all mothers. It's not all mothers, and that's real. You can't protect everybody. Some of them don't want to be protected. All right. So if they don't want to be protected, well, I'm talking about Moor's mother. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Moorish mothers, you know? Most of the Moorish mothers don't want to be protected. I mean, come on, you got to be come on, man. Let's be real, man. Some mothers are deadbeats. Yeah, just like some fathers are deadbeats. I agree with that. Man, I'm just being real about it. But, okay, look, if you want to know anything about the feminist movement, you got to do your research, man. All right. You really got to do your research and you got to look at it like this. Look at where the quote unquote black family was from. We'll just use this right here. Look at where the black family was from the point of quote unquote of slaves being free up until the 50s. All right. The 50s, early 60s or whatever. All right. Look at it from that point, from quote unquote when slaveries were free up until like the 50s. Think about where the family was. All you got to do is do your research. You can pull up pictures online. You can look at video. Look at the family structure of the so-called black family during that time. All right. Now, when you look at that, what you'll find is that the family was together. All right. It was together without a doubt. If I'm lying, prove me wrong. Live. See, okay, Navi said Moorish women were voting before any feminist women's movement. Oh, okay, hold on now. Hold on. Hold on, Navi. You a female or male? I think you might be a female. You got to tell me now. All my grandfathers and grandparents on both sides were together. Okay, I'm trying to make a point now. My point is this. The family was together. So what we got to ask ourselves is this. What happened to the family structure? All right. How did it happen? Well, what happened? How did it happen? It was strategic. It was strategic. All right. we got to go back to we go back to the Willie Lynch syndrome of how divide and conquer was used, the method of dividing and conquering. All right. The same method was starting to implement during the 60s. All right. It was when the European women started to try, along with the state, try to influence the sisters that, hey, you can be independent. Hey, you can do this. Hey, you don't need this. And they fell for it. If you don't believe me, do your research. All right. So what happened is this: when they fell for it, they were rewarded with something. If anybody in the chat can tell me right now what they were rewarded with, I'll tell you yay or nay. Tell me what they were rewarded with. When the sisters started to get into the feminist movement, that was basically, I wouldn't say given to them by the Europeans, but they persuaded them to be independent, and you don't need a man, and you don't need this, and you don't need that. Tell me what they gave them. Tell me what they gave them as a reward. Come on. Yes, somebody said food stamps, Section 8. Yes, welfare. Yes, welfare. Oh, I'm clapping now. We finna get into it now. See, y'all ready. Now y'all about to see how it all happened. All right. See, the sisters don't talk about this because a lot of them don't really know. So now we got to look back into the early, like I said, the late 50s, early 60s, when this was slowly starting to get into our community. So what they did was they persuaded the sisters to be independent. You don't need a man. You don't have to do this. You can go this way, but you can vote. You can do this. They gave them this mentality, but at the same time, the European women, they stuck with their men. They were just pumping the sisters with this, and the sisters fell for it. And the reward was welfare, Section 8, food stamps, and all of that stuff come from the state. Now I'm going to ask y'all another question. What is the number one rule if a woman has welfare? What's the number one rule? Come on. What's the number one rule? If you're a woman and you're getting welfare, what's the number one rule that the state says that you got to abide by in order to keep this welfare, to keep these benefits that we're giving you? No man. That's my point. No man in the house. Now, am I wrong or am I right? No man in the house. That's my point. So what I'm saying is the sisters are responsible for this shit, but they're not going to admit this. I'm the only Moorish American national that talks about this. Nobody else talks about this. That's why I say that if you're really sincere, you'll get off all of this crap. You'll get off welfare. Don't take anything. You work hard. You save your loot. You take that loot you save. You invest it. You flip it. You invest it some more. That's what you do. All right. That's what they did. So that's why these women can have the assistance that they get from the state. That's why I say that the women sold us, the sisters, the Moorish sisters sold us out, because they did, and they still continue to. And we beg you sisters to, we beg y'all, hey, we love y'all. We trying to scream at y'all, let y'all know, but y'all don't necessarily need us because the state is taking care of a lot of the sisters. And you got to remember this as well. The sisters don't have the consequences like the brothers. The sisters are not getting shot up dead in the street. All right. So that makes them tyrannical. That makes them tyrannical. That makes them spoiled. The average sister is spoiled. Let's be real. I just broke it down to you. Man, this is not a hate message. That's real. This is a real message. And okay, hold on. Part of that on a community tip has to do with men stepping out on their family with other men. All right, check this. Let me say this right quick. Let me say this. All right, let me say this. I've heard a lot of Hold on, let me look some up. I've heard a lot of females, a lot of the sisters say that. And I'm not disagreeing with that, you know. That's kind of how it started. But I remember my hell, that was like something that went on back then, but the family was together. I'm not condoning it, but a lot of the dads and granddads did shit like that. But they did it because, well, I can't say why they did it, but I'll say this. That was something that happened, but many of the wives at that time didn't really say or do anything about it because that was the breadwinner. And they understand that family was first, even though the dad or the granddad probably had another family on the side of the town. I'm not condoning that. And they recognize that. The Europeans recognize that. And they recognize it because the sisters spoke about it. They spoke about it, which was probably a private issue, but they spoke about it. All right, I got something I want to read to you. Hold on. This is gonna, if I say men, I mean other women. Okay, hold on. I got something I'm gonna read to you. I'm glad she brought that up, Nabi. All right, check this out. Because I was gonna do a video on this, but I said, you know what? They're gonna be mad at me if I do a video on this. But then I said, you know, it don't matter because I won't be around too much longer anyway, so it doesn't matter. I got to get the info out. All right, this is what happened. A sister finally replied to one of my comments on a video, a video I did, man, some months ago. And she finally said, you know what, brother, you right. Because she didn't want to, it's on the same topic right now, or how sisters basically sold the brothers out. All right, now let me read the text on what I told her because she basically said you were right. And I wasn't trying to make her feel bad. I was just giving her the facts. This is what I told her. I said, the reason why brothers are killing each other, because the brothers are killing each other. They shoot each other. They stab each other in prison. They kill each other. Like the brothers are wilding. That's a fact. But this is what I told her. I said, the reason brothers are doing this is because of y'all. But she really didn't know I was saying that as it was kind of like trickery, just to see what she was going to say. So she got emotional, but this was my reply. I said, not directly, but indirectly. I said, look at it like this. I said, since you claim all of this is new to you, deeply research the feminist movement in the 60s and how Black women were seduced and influenced to say things like, I don't need a man. I'm independent. It was all introduced to them by their counterparts, the European white woman. Shortly thereafter, the welfare system was implemented due to their agreement. Now, when the sisters deal with welfare, what's the number one rule? And I just asked y'all that. I said the man can't be there because the state says so, and the state is their dad. Furthermore, this is a divide and conquer technique of the families in which sisters are allowed. Remember, prior to this, the Black family was together and stronger than ever. So what the sister is saying in the video is actual and factual. No need to get emotional or be sarcastic. Just accept what it is and do your part. And then I told her this. I said, look, go watch the movie Chirac. That movie shows how the women got fed up with the violence the brothers were committing. So the women all got together and made a stance not to give up any sex until they got their shit together. So when I say brothers will stop killing when women wake up, that's what I was referring to. Another thing, why do you think women don't have the issues brothers have regarding alimony, child support, getting shot dead by cops, and so on? Because they are a direct conspirator to the state that perpetuates this madness. And then I told her this. I said, I'm not just a guy on YouTube talking because I like to hear myself talk. I research and study without getting personal feelings involved. Hopefully that explains more of the failures that sisters have done in the past that you were looking for. All right. So if y'all mad at me, let me know. If y'all angry with me, y'all pissed off with me, let me know. I can take it. I can take it. Go ahead, tell me. If you pissed, tell me. But if I'm telling the truth, tell me that. And the Willie Lynch ideology played a big part in it. That was like a modern Willie Lynch type of syndrome, the feminist movement. And it's resurfacing right now. The Me Too movement, how they're attacking all of these brothers, you know? And the main thing I hear sisters saying, thank you, Navi. The main thing I hear sisters saying is, we need somebody to protect us. You know, we need somebody to protect us. Look, me, myself, I protect who deserves to be protected. All right. That's me. Not just any person. It doesn't work that way. All right. So to sum it all up in a nutshell, this is why we're in the situation we are in now, because I was just speaking to my mate not too long ago about how when we were in grade school, how we got whoopings. Now, I don't know if y'all agree with whoopings or nothing like that. I don't know. Really don't give a damn. But it was a different time when you got your ass whooped. You act a certain way. And if you oppose to ass whoopings, I understand. But one thing I do know for a fact, ass whoopings do work. Because if it didn't work, how the hell did we have slavery? How did we have forced servitude? It was because they were whooping our ass, and it worked. And I'm not saying it was right, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it worked. The truth owes no apology. That's right. I got my butt beat. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, I can remember I was talking to, I don't know if y'all know brother Marcus Enoch L. We grew up together. And I remember, man, we was talking about a month ago. Man, we needed our ass beat. You know, we used to do stuff in school that was just crazy. And we had a teacher that would take a pencil. She was a Moor, but we were bad little children, you know. I mean, you know, at school, we like to show out, shit like that. And she would take a pencil and tell us to ball our fists up, and she would take the pencil and just beat our knuckles with it. And we would be sitting there just laughing at her and licking our tongue out and doing this and just really teasing her, you know. And it used to just really like piss her off. But at that time, man, we needed it. In my opinion, we needed it. It helped. You know, I am who I am now because, you know, I've been humbled by ass whoopings. And like I did a video about ass whoopings. If you've never had your ass whooped, and that's not necessarily a physical ass whooping, it's such thing as a financial ass whooping. You know, it's such thing as a spiritual ass whooping. You know, it's just not physical. So if you never had your ass whooped, you may be one of these people that's running around here, you know, thinking you can do whatever you want to do, when that's not the case. That's right. It's called direction. 3-foot yardstick, you know? So that's my point. Right now, I'm giving somewhat of a verbal ass whooping to you sisters to a certain degree, but it's all love though. You know what I'm saying? The brothers, I've been on the brothers, you know, plenty of times. You know, I'm focusing on the sisters now. You know, I've done several videos about the brothers and their behavior. But like I said, they only know, you know, what they were taught. And that's a fact. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that about the switches. You know, I'm from the South, so yeah. I ain't knew where it hurts, well, he'll keep it coming. Yeah, and then the main people that talk about that book, that Holy Bible, it endorses ass whoopings. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's why I say a lot of people really don't follow it. You know, that book endorsed ass whoopings. I did a video on that. You know, with the I think it's called "Should We Discipline Our Children?" And I went in on it. You know, I went in on it. But you got to talk to them too, though. You just can't. If you're gonna whoop your children's ass, if you got small children, whatever. However, some people got grown children living with them. They need their ass whooped. But if you're gonna whoop them, you need to talk to them too. You know, it got to be an even balance. You just can't beat the hell out of them without explaining what's going on. You know, that's why I like the show Good Times. If you remember the show Good Times, of course I remember. I know y'all remember. You remember when James was the dad, and that was one of the last shows where it was a family. It was a Moorish family, and you had the dad there. All right, and that was during the 70s, so to speak, right? And what they did was they subliminally killed James to take the man out of the family. Now, to prove that even though it was a TV show, to prove that actually hurt people, what's the most memorable show of Good Times? Anybody tell me. What's the most memorable show of Good Times? Mm-hmm. That's right. Melchizedek, Islam. James dead. That's my point. So what I'm saying is, even though it was a TV show, it still affected us mentally that he died. And then they had him to die violently in a car accident. And then they had to show the mother go through the mourning process, the children, whatever, whatever. But remember, if you go back in the beginning of Good Times, it was a family oriented show. It was balanced. And the minute they took the father out the show, that was a subliminal message letting you know, look, we taking the dad out the family. You don't have dads. Mostly you don't have dads around now. All right. That was a blow. Whether you know it or not, it was a TV show, but that was a blow. Yep. I agree with that, Alpha, about the white Jesus. It's hard for me to watch to this day. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That was an attack. Man, I loved Good Times. And to this day, that show affects me. That particular show affects me. That episode. And it went haywire from there. Mm-hmm. So it was an attack on the family. Yes, it sure was. Sorcery, Melchizedek. That's right. Sorcery. That's right. Affecting our emotions. That's right. So they picked us up to bring us down. Yes. I watched about 5 minutes and scrolled on through. Mm-hmm. That's right. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. I see it's 28 people, 23 thumbs up. Give me 5 more. That's all I'm asking for. I ain't gonna ask no more. Give me 5 more thumbs up. Do that for me. Even it out. Balance it out for me. Yeah, man, that white Jesus is something else. Mm-hmm. That's right, Mr. Drummond. That was different strokes. Television programming. That's right. John Doe. Subliminal. Yeah, most definitely was a subliminal message. And when they killed him, man, that show went down. I notice knowledge for me keeps me calm, but also makes everything like a puzzle to solve. Mm-hmm. It is a puzzle. Any person that study, like that really studies, man, it's like piecing a puzzle together. You know, that's why I say get your books. Even when you research online, compare what you have at home or the library, however you do it, compare it from all angles. Not just a Wikipedia genius or a Google god. That I just didn't come up in that era right there, man. We come up in an era where we were actually reading physical books, where it took work to find the book, find what, go to the chapter, read through it. Oh, it's not there. So now I got to go here and check here. It's not there. So let me put this book back. Let me go here and find another book. Man, that research is real. Now all of a sudden you got guys on YouTube that just sit on their phone and they looking on Google trying to debunk somebody. The fuck out of here, man. That's why I'm telling y'all, that's why I ain't gonna be around too much longer. Cause I can't deal with it. We ain't cut from the same cloth. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. You got a lot of guys, it's too messy. It's too messy. Even though I'm in my own lane to a certain degree, but it's just too messy, man. You know. These guys are, man, these guys are very feminine if you ask me. And I'm not saying that against women. I'm just saying that guys shouldn't be feminine. They should have, I guess, certain aspects of femininity, but they shouldn't really be feminine. If we're dealing with science, but no. Got nerve to say that they are scholars. That's what I'm saying, man. These scholars, man. You know, scholars. Come on, man. Are you serious? And every time you look up, they exposing somebody, debunking somebody. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know what? From now on, I'm just going to look. If y'all watching this video and y'all trying to expose or debunk me, hey, you got it, man. You feel me? You got it. You smarter than me. I'm going to let you have it, man. Here go the white flag. Where my white flag is? I got to find a white flag so I can throw it. You can have it, man. I ain't going to play that game. You feel me? That's a game, man. One more said he was an English grand sheep. But when your local library didn't have the information you needed, it was frustrating. I know it was frustrating. Most don't have the discipline to be a scholar. Exactly. Can you imagine Dr. Bean and guys come from that cloth? Khalid. I mean, can you imagine these guys doing the things that these guys do now online? Standing on a fucking street corner, cussing each other out with their hats cocked to, hats to the back, and they cussing each other out and talking all types of slang. And come on, man. You feel me? Just come, let's be real, man. It's a time and place for all that. And that ain't the time or place, man. That's just like going to a job interview, man. It's a certain way you should conduct yourself at a job interview. You didn't see none of the elders conducting themselves like that, man. Those brothers wore suits. Those brothers wore suits. They sat up with posture. They let you speak. And then it was time for the other brothers to speak. They would speak, and at the end of the day, there was no profanity. There was no arguing, none of that. It was like men. They handled it like men. I'm cut from that cloth. Dude's a joke, man. That's why I keep telling you I ain't gonna be around too much longer. I'm telling you I better look. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna do because I'm very sporadic. There's no telling. So if I were y'all, I would download some of my videos because I might even delete my website. And we just paid it up for a year. You know what I'm saying? That's how disgusted I am with this entire shenanigans. It ain't about no money. It ain't about none of that. It's about me separating myself from foolishness. That's what it's about with me. And my message, well, it's not my message, but the information that I present to people, it'll live forever, man. You might see some cat, man, 25, 20, 30 years from now, look at something I said about law, and they'd be like, man, what is dude at? And everybody be like, we ain't heard from him, but the message is good. I know you ain't heard from me because I'm going to be off the scene. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now. I'll be off the scene. I love y'all, but hey, it is what it is. And like I said earlier, I feel it'll be a disservice if I didn't tell y'all. I don't know when. Hell, I might shut this live off and say fuck it and just y'all never hear from me again. Ain't no telling with me. You know, I don't know. But I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. That's right. I appreciate that. You did your job. That's right. You know, I don't know what else to do. You know, Allah put me here for a certain period of time, and I think my time is burning out. You know, I've seen brothers. Y'all remember the brother Fontes? Y'all remember brother Fontes? L, the brother that was getting his son back from the European policy enforcers. The video that went viral. Y'all remember him? He left the scene, and that brother was very active. Love that brother. You know what I'm saying? I still talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why. I get it now. At the time, I was like, damn, why did he get off the scene? I get it now. You know what I'm saying? And I respect bros that get off the scene like that and go back, you know, underground, you know, and just be with their family and do what it is they do. I respect it. Mm-hmm. What's up, Noble? And y'all already know I never do live this long. I just had a lot to say tonight. I never do live this long. What it's been like? How long it's been? Like 3 hours? It's been like 3 hours. Like I'll still look. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what I'll do. If y'all don't see me on YouTube anymore, it's a possibility that I might still be doing consultations. It's a possibility. It's a possibility that I might keep the website up for a few minutes. It's a possibility, but I don't know. You know, it's a possibility. I'm not done just of yet, but then again, I might be. I think I'm on the borderline. You know, because some days, like right now, today I just all of a sudden got a burst of energy. I said, well, I want to do a video. I haven't done one in a while. And then some days I just be like, you know, I don't want to deal with it. You know, I don't want to deal with it. You know how many hours? Thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you for coming in. Bad boys moving silent. Dig that. But you know how many hours I put in? I put in many, 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 many hours and years in this movement. I'm talking about a lot, man. I'm talking about y'all don't know behind the scenes, man. I'll be editing a video, getting something, you know, getting something. I'll have a thought in my mind, and then I'll take what's out of my brain, then I'll put it inside of the computer, just so you guys can see how I think, and then it may reach a lot of people, and they may feel the message. And then sometimes I might put a whole bunch of hours in something so you can see how I think, and then people don't get it because they don't get how I think. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. And the ancestors moving through you. I think so, man. I really do, you know. I think so. Thank you, Gista Bay. The spirit is real, feeling you here in New Jersey. And most people wouldn't even tell you, man. What does your heart feel? That's my heart feel. I'm telling you now. That's the only reason I've been on this live as long as I've been on it, because like I said, it's therapeutic right now. I'm telling you how I feel. I'm giving it from the heart. I'm telling you how I feel. I don't think the movement is a movement. And if it is, how? Explain it to me. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like being in a relationship, in a bad relationship, abusive relationship, and you try to make an excuse to stay in it. But why? You know what I'm saying? But why? Why would you stay in an abusive relationship? To me, this movement is abusive right now. And the only thing I can do is be honest. To me, it's abusive. And I'm not just really saying because somebody did something to me. That ain't what it is. I'm looking at the entire movement. All right. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not just saying what y'all want to hear. I'm telling you how I feel. All right. Because I don't even do lies this long. So I just wanted to get it out of my chest. I think I've come to the point where I've served my purpose. I don't know what else to talk about. I can't keep blowing smoke up y'all ass. I don't know what else to talk about. I've talked about everything. I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, I don't want to just keep regurgitating stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not really satisfied with the movement in general. Now as far as like what Noble Drew Ali brought to us, I respect that. But the people in general don't respect, what he brought. That's what make it tough. When you got people that's serious and that's diehard, and then you got people that think it's a joke, you know? And you can ask any female I've ever dealt with, if I feel like she's not the one, I'm talking about my past. If she's not the one, I leave her ass in a heartbeat. It don't matter. It can be family. It don't matter with me. It can be my family. When I say family, I'm talking about like cousins, aunts. It can be sister, brother. It don't matter. If I feel that you're not the correct person in my life, I'm gonna separate myself from you. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna be mean to you. It just means that we need to be separate from each other because we don't see eye to eye. That's what it means. Yeah, he said all these WWE ego debates. That's my point. Conscious community. It's crazy, man. And then see, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I don't know if y'all realize it or not, but the quote unquote conscious community, there is no conscious community. There is no conscious community. You got to think about the platform that we're on. We're on YouTube. Check this out. YouTube, Facebook, however you relay your message. You're on a European platform. I'm just going to show you how we're not a threat. We're on a European platform telling all our business. First, giving them the heads up on everything it is we do. All right. And furthermore, we're not a threat. All right. Because they're allowing us to say this crap on their platform. So it's not a threat at all. Like I said, the cat's out the bag now. And it really shouldn't have never jumped out of the bag, but it's out the bag now. Agents are everywhere. They always around. These cats conscious about being unconscious. That's right. If an agent in the room right now, talk to me. It don't matter because, like I said, man, I'm just at that point now. We can discuss. We can have a discussion like men. If you got balls, but if you're a sucker, stay in your place like the boy you are. And that's just real, man. Ain't no conscious community, man. Let's just get real, man. You'll never hear everything I've said tonight, man. You ain't gonna hear no Moorish American that's conscious of his nationality say what I said tonight. They ain't gonna say it because either they don't view it that way or they don't understand it or they just don't see it this way. All right. And they probably full of ego, you know. Call who out? Call who out? I'm with you when you're right. Okay. So am I right or am I wrong? They are conscious but not aware. Big difference. Yeah. I mean, people, look, man, everybody's not on the same page. Everybody's not on the same page. All right. We're faking the funk. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. And like I said, don't let me discourage y'all. You know, do what you do. I'm just telling you, you know, where my journey will probably soon end. That's all I'm telling you. You know, do what you do. I still got love for y'all. If y'all see me out here in the streets, y'all down in my territory, I'm in your territory, we still can rap. You know, that's just how it is. Come on, I thought we had an agent in the room. We got a troll. Come on, holler at me, talk. I would love to talk to a troll right now. We can talk like men, man. You know, ain't gotta be afraid. You know, I ain't no big bad monster. Shit, talk to me. Talk like men, man. You know. I was just responding to what you said, Brother Mario, in reference to the agents. Oh, okay. I got you. I thought the agent was okay. I got you. That's cool. No doubt. Ain't no conscious community, man. Conscious without connotative language is awareness. Need an alternative to this platform for real, for real. And you know what? I was thinking about that, Navi. I was like, wow, man, you know, but we so not on the same page as, you know, to the point where it's almost like it's impossible. You know, because all what'll happen is you'll go private and then you'll have some guys or some girls will start doing something in the private arena. And that's why I say it's all about self. When people get out of that ego, when people get out of their egos and resort to self and learn how to be humble and learn how to not be so egotistical, then you can get somewhere. But you got to study yourself first. Prophet Overdrew Ali said, you know, he said, study yourself. Nobody want to study themselves, you know. You got to study yourself. How do you expect to teach somebody something if you don't even know self? You know what I'm saying? How can you do that, man? You got these. Look, man. I know quite a few Moors that I talk to and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about anybody personally. I'm really talking about the conglomerate of things, you know, in its entirety. I mean, I can add some of them in it though, you know. But, I mean, I don't think they mean any harm, but man, I'm just not cut. They ain't cut from this cloth on that. And they ain't cut from this cloth. The reason I know they ain't cut from this cloth because they still on here. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't done the things I've done. And I'm not tooting my horn or anything because hell, I went through hell, you know. But I know, like Prophet Nova Drew Ali said, Prophet Nova Drew Ali said this. He said, I know where everyone is along the way. And I'm the same way. If I know you, I know exactly where you are in your studies. I know what you're capable of, and I know what you're not capable of. I know, just like Drew Ali said, I know. I know who's afraid. I know who's not afraid. I know where you are and where you're not. And that's not, you know, like a negative thing. It's just, you know, I can see it. I can see it. Helps be selfish. Help self, then help others being selfish is not wrong. Exactly. You know, a positive selfish though, not a negative selfish. You know, a positive selfish. Mine's I. I was gonna say that a positive selfish is acceptable. Yeah. Hey, like I said, I appreciate y'all coming out, man, because y'all hanging in there with me. And I really appreciate it, man, because I had a lot to say tonight. I never do lives this long. Never. I do agree. We need our own platform, though. We're not here or where the whole world can be involved. That's what I'm saying. But everything is so out of context now to the point where it's like, how would it even get to that? Let's think about when Drew Ali was on the scene in the very beginning, you know, the first temple. And then you come 1928, you got the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Think about those days and what were they doing? You know, that's how things were being placed in trust through the temples, you know, in the family, not online. If a Moor got in trouble in those days, they resorted to the temple and the sheiks in the temple, and their information was in trust in the temple. Do y'all understand this? Do y'all really understand this, man? I'll email you, Moreno. I'll let you know what's going on. Okay, let me know then. Is it because of the WWE debates will you still execute the knowledge in private realm? Like I said, right now, you know, I might get some energy tomorrow and do about 30 videos. You know, I'm just letting y'all know how I feel right now. You know, I'm not totally gone yet. I don't think I am just yet, but it's hard to say, you know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say, man. I might get off the live and just say fuck it, you know. But then again, I don't know. You know, this is how I'm feeling. So if I'm feeling this way, I feel this way for a reason. You know. The WWE debates, that's kind of separate from what we do, but yeah, I guess that's a small percentage, but really not a lot because they don't see what we see and they don't really study the same things we study. So it's not really that. It's really the Moorish Divine and National movement. You know, it's stagnant. You know, it's no reason why this movement is well over 100 years old and going 100 miles per hour backwards. There's no reason for that logically. I mean, there is a reason, but logically, there shouldn't be a reason why it's going backwards at 100 miles per hour. All right. And this movement is over 100 years old. So who can make that make sense? Do we say, well, we just keep praying and we need to just keep giving information and hoping and wishing? One thing I do agree with Dr. Umar Johnson, even though I don't really necessarily like that brother like that, But one thing he said that I agree with, he was like, now, and I'm paraphrasing. He was like, the white man, the Asian man, they're getting their heaven right here on earth. We getting our hell here on earth. Why is everybody getting their heaven on earth, but we got to wait till we die to get our heaven? I actually agree with him. And I don't even really, deal with that brother like that. But when he said that, I agree with that. Why is it we got to go through all this bullshit just to have something right when every other nationality, they can, have amends to whatever it is they've been in through the arguments, fights. They can make amends and move forward in economics, whatever, family issues, whatever. Meanwhile, we sit here and fight. Not only verbally, but physically, spiritually, mentally, financially. Man, all we do is fight. That's the point. That's my point. Whoever asked that question, that's my point. We always fight, man. There's too much fighting going on. Because most aren't even national to begin with, even him. Fighting like hell. Yeah, they just fight all the time. Now, why is it that I'm about the only, now I ain't gonna say I'm the only person, but the only person I know that come out and say all of this? Why would I say this? If it's not real, why I'm saying it? You know what I'm saying? Why am I even wasting my time saying it if it's not real? And I'm not here to defame anybody personally. I'm just telling you how I feel about the movement in its entirety, dealing with the temples and how it operate, and how the people outside of the temples, how they operate. It's always a collision. Always a collision. It's never a seeing of the minds. It's never a likeness. We're not in sync. We're not in sync. We need to give up the voices they gave up. It's more than real, baby. We're gonna get them. Man, these guys ain't changing no eating habits. Like I said, one thing I found out is you can't save these people. I mean, you can't save them. Like I said, I don't even fucking like Dr. Umar Johnson like that. But I do agree with what he said regarding that, about the how the white man, the Asian man, and the Indian man, quote unquote, have their heaven on earth. And meanwhile, we sitting up here waiting to die to get some sort of heaven. All right. We're in poverty. I mean, not educated. The family is separated. It's in shambles. If more people took it seriously like how I'm taking it now, things would change. But hey, I can't save the world. I can't do it. And I ain't trying to. I've done my portion. It was from the heart. I did everything it is I knew I could do. I say very often the Europeans did not divide us. They just took advantage of the fact that we were already divided. Yes, sir. We have to reconcile with what's natural, and that's building strong families with, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like there's some magical um, remedy for our conditions. I'm not going to do it. Only thing I know is that I tried my best to do whatever it is I knew I could do to help someone um, with information that I've gotten from elders and so on. I'm lost for words, y'all. I don't know. But I do appreciate y'all coming out, not magical mental. These monsters are moon stars that shouldn't break. Mm-hmm. Man, look, I'm not going to hold y'all much longer. I think I've ranted enough tonight. Just remember, I'll say this before I get out of here. Just remember, it's all about self, people. All right. And that's not to say that you need to treat anybody unfairly, without love, but you have to focus on self. All right. Yourself and your immediate loved ones. All right. You got to do that. You got to do that. Whatever you know is the correct thing you have to do for yourself and your immediate family. All right. And when you can help somebody from that point, after you've taken care of what you need to take care of, then help them. Whether that's with helping them with knowledge, with paying a bill, giving food to the hungry, whatever it is, do it. But make sure you deal with self first and your immediate family, your immediate loved one, those that mean you well. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. If y'all got any more questions, I'll take a couple more questions and then I'm out. I'm out. Anybody got any more questions? I appreciate y'all coming out. Peace and love, Brother Moreno. Most definitely. Peace and love to you, Linwood Bay. Peace and love, So Faded. Peace and love, Melchizedek. Peace and love, Brother Don. Appreciate your work, just to let you know in case you take your channel down. Thank you, bro. I agree. I thank you all for supporting me. I thank you all for listening to whatever I have to say, because you didn't have to. I appreciate you all that have ever purchased any of my material. I just appreciate everything, man. I'm very thankful. And just know that I'm not angry. Just know that it is what it is. Peace and love.